So very good morning all. So welcome to SAP ABAP on online training sessions. Okay. So let's continue with ABAP basic concepts now. So because last session we have done with SAP architecture, then what exactly ERP and all. So we'll continue with ABAP side first. Okay. So when you're moving to ABAP side, so first need some fundamentals ABAP basics. Right, in this ABAP basics, today's class is more into introduction part and how to do that. Okay, so just some basics and a very important each and every case. What exactly you're going to log in and all. So something to start here, SAP Logon. So right, choose available SAP system. So on your desk, like for example, if you are working with in a real time case, which client you're going to connect? Okay, so whether you got a development system access or a quality system access, or you're working on sandbox system, right? Depends upon the access you will get it. Then there is a user ID, password, clients, and all. So right, so this is what SAP GUI. You have to install it on your PC. Start SAP GUI. So it's a login pad. It's a client side. It's a Windows-based application, and each per login. So you cannot use more than multiple sessions, like a maximum 6 sessions per user you can access. So this is what login clients. First, you will get a client number, user, password, and all. So we'll come back what exactly client. Okay. So client is a set of self-contained unit in Arthur system with a separate set of master data and its own tables. And in a training, we are going to use 800, 810, 811, and 12. So and so this is what IDES system. What is IDES? Just a second. Sorry. Right. So what is the client exactly means like this is what IDES system where we are maintaining. So IDES, Internet Demo Education System like that. So any software you wanted to learn some demo tables or demo software, it is similar to real time, only the patches or some kind of small changes. That's it. And the next one, to group the data within the database. That's the reason we are going to use a client to access the same specific client in a server, so that you'll get it. Okay, maximum per session per user ID. You can log in only 6 windows or 6 screens. You can say that. And before login and after login, right? So we'll start with ABAP. So what exactly ABAP here? So because it's a programming language, advanced business application programming. So whenever you start writing, so generally preferred like a /4. 4 is nothing but a fourth generation, because C and C++, these are the third generation languages. The fourth generation language is ABAP. So it's a programming language for this SAP. That's what I can say. SAP is a proprietary language here. Proprietary means like own language. So designed for the data dialog-based applications, right? So SAP Arthur system is more into screen, right? User-friendly screens. Any application if you open, you will get a transaction code. So we'll show you that once it is logged in. So right. Applications means like MM01, like a customer, XD01, a vendor. There are every transaction, master data or transaction. We have a particular T codes. That's what R3 is more into dialog based. A dialog is nothing but a screen. For user point of view, it's a dialog screen by screen. For the SAP's point of view, so backend the module is working like a PBO, PI, some events. Later upcoming sessions you can understand all this. It enables multiple language application. You have to decide so which language you're going to use. So your system default is English, right? So if you wish to continue with a German, so there is a DE German. SAP R3 written in ABAP. That's what complete SAP, the backend, the language is running, the program, each program, whenever you start execution, any transactions and all, ABAP code is running. That's what ABAP is SAP's own proprietary code and a language, I can say. And here, so whenever you start ABAP, there are some editors actually. The editors are nothing but SC38 is the editor. There we are going to write the code, creating a simple program. Anything you want, your wrapper every day you'll use SC38 or SC80. There is a one more T code. Right, so let's log in. Then I'll show you first quick logins and how to create things like this is what so SAP 7.4 or 7.5. The latest is 7.5. It's up to your wish. Like in a systems, in a real-time case, you'll get it 7.4 or 5. That is SAP GUI, so which is already sent. My side 7.4, right? So initially, when you install it here, you don't get it any this things actually, right? So there is option here to create it, right? To see that which version currently you're using, maybe you'll get it here, or you can click this. Whenever you click this about SAP Logon, right, so you have to click that. So when you click that, you can see that which version of SAP Logon. It's a client based software, it's a Windows based or depends upon that. It's a GUI, graphical user interface. Let's click on that. No need to worry about that. So what you do that, select this favorites or connections. So if it is like, you'll get it like that initially. Let's go ahead here. So click on, there is a create option, right? So there is option called click create. You click create, then here nothing to enter, so click on next button. So these are the details which we already sent to you, right? So which application you're going to connect. This is what a dummy connection I'm giving like this. So in my case, in your case, both are using same server. So right, so these are the credentials. User ID password is different for your case. In application server, you check your email or WhatsApp, which we have already sent your server details. 103.441.206. Enter your application server instance number and system ID, right? So which system you're going to connect it, development, quality, production, like this in real time. That details we have to configure here. That's it. So click on next, next, and OK button. It's a one-time configuration. No need to configure each and every day. Then it is already configured. You just click this. You just click this log on or double click. That's it to log on. Click that. Right, so the servers are 24 by 7, which we have sent to you the details, and you go ahead your user ID. Case sensitive, that look at that. There is a password, like here the language is EN. So if you wish to continue the same thing in German, for example, you're working with the MNCs, right? So people are working like they wanted to start in their own, language. SAP is a multi-language, so that's what I can go ahead, not like regional languages. So you can go, I'll show you that a D is for the German, like that. So this is what user ID. Then the moment when you start password, please, it's a case sensitive. You cannot delete this asterisk symbols. What you do that, if you are in the middle, you can take it forward, right? So from the starting position, so I just entered my user ID password. That's it. That's it. So this is the first time you're able to see that your first window in SAP, right? So this is what initial window, right? So something to do in SAP. So we have to do the transaction code here. See that this IDS system or demo system, right? So same set of software in real time. So this is called as a transaction code, right? So let's go with the PPT, right? You wanted to open new session, you have to click that, right? So you'll get it new session. So total like two windows are open here, two separate windows like that. You can close it anytime. Let's go first. Let learn something like a few concepts, then we'll come back to here. So first I'll teach what exactly the transaction codes and all, then how to write a simple SC38 program here, and I'll show you very simple basics. Nothing to worry about this by checking the transaction codes and all. All right. So use commonly used transaction codes in ABAP side SE80, Object Navigator, ABAP Development Workbench, SE38. This is what editor. You may use these T codes very regularly every day. Editors, something to start. Okay. And SE11, there is ABAP dictionary here. You can say it's a DB. So complete database you can access here by using this T code. Then function modules you can do it. Package creation you can do SE21. Messages, print, screen painter and menu painters. To design the screens, go ahead this and any menu bar options for the particular screens you're going to do. And OOPS concepts we are going to do in SC24. Okay. So these are the very frequently used transaction codes in ABAP and initial days. So slowly you can learn other T codes. A T code is nothing but a transaction code. It's a shortcut to open your application. It's a shortcut to open your application. What is that shortcut here? For example, if you wanted to open editor, look at that. So open this directly, you can type it here SC38. When you type it SC38, this is what editor is open, right? Editor means like to start your program. So we need to start with the first Z, right, or Y. Z underscore or Y underscore usually will start in the industry, right? So that is what a customized program. What is customized here? Custom programs means which you're going to start with a Z or Y. If you don't start with a start any other name Z and other than Z and Y, then SCP treats you're doing something, you will get access key. What is that? Access key means like, for example, you haven't started with a Z, so that's what you'll get access key. Authorization, right? It's treated like something you're doing some modifications or existing programs you're changing something. That's what. Please enter your license version, SAP official software license version key. Then this will talk about later and during enhancements, baddies, customer exit, user exit, enhancements, baddies stamp. We'll talk about more in depth. So you can also do some changes for the existing programs. Why I'm saying that existing? Because SAP is a ERP, right? ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning. Any ERP, they have a lot of predefined programs, applications well designed by SAP. It's a ready-made software. You can reuse that. So that's the reason slowly you can understand day one. Right. So let's go first. I'll give you some fundamental here. Right. So how to start your program and all. Right. So with this you can learn so how to start your program. Right. Let's go. So whenever you start your program, the customer namespace for the ABAP program should start with a Z and Y. So go to SC38, you start some demo program, write statement or use. So save and activate. During activation, the system creates a runtime object. I'll show you that. Upon execution, whenever you start executing, the system executes the runtime object. So because the object is already created, whenever you run or press F8, then the object will be executed. The runtime object is same name as your program. So whatever you get output in SAP, it's called as list output. The list means the output it shows like with the right statement. Let's write a simple program, very easy. Look at, so I'll start for your batch ZTR, so MB morning batch. So right, so we'll start like this. Morning batch already we started. Okay, I'll start. Okay, visit. So TRMB open, right? So that's it. This is what my starting lit is. You don't start with these names, you start with your name. TR is a trainer, so morning batch open like this. So this is what you can do
Just
any
put
name.
date, Upendra, that is better. Morning batch, so and so, yesterday's date.
I think one second. All right, so we'll start the programming any name. So TR, UP, right, July, August, September, JS. Right. So there is a demo program. So I'll start like a demo one. Okay. So that's it. So you can put any name. So click on this create button. Okay. So whenever you start creating buttons, so you have to put it here. So for example, your working object is SD, right? I'm saying that because our training is totally more into real time, not like a general kind of what general what trainings. So right, I can type it here the demo also, right? A demo about day one, so program something. But we'll follow like this. So there is a SD, right? So for example, sales department, you're working MM object because every time you're going to work some certain objects. That's what a transport request is very important. Slowly upcoming session you'll get it. Okay. So I'll put it some demo record something. Okay. So the next one here, there is a title. So we'll come back later. So for timing, it's too early to talk about all this, but at least one program you have to select. So you can see that how many types of ABAP programs here you'll get it. So there are different types of ABAP programs you're going to work. Let's go first executable. Executable means it is mainly for the reporting. So report programs are self-executable. You can write a piece of code and you can execute. So that's what select your executable program. Click on save it. When you click save it here, so we have to create a package for the today's just first example. Without package, I'm going to create it. So see that there is object type is called as a program. Your object is R3 tier. So there is a 3 tier R3. We discussed yesterday R3. So program, so many objects. If I do today report program is that's what a program. If I'm doing a table, your object is a table. If I'm doing a data elements, your object is DTL something, right? So object is important. Try to understand in initial days first. The next one, I don't want to give any package. I wanted to save it in a local object. What is local object here? When I'm creating the objects inside local object, I treated that these objects are no more used to send from development system to quality server, development system to quality system. That's what any R&D's experiments, the object you wanted to do in only for your R&D purpose, then use a local package. We'll come back later, separate topic for that. Click on local object for timing. That's it, your program is ready now. Very basics today. Okay. So you can zoom it, and this is what editor. So control zoom, then something to start here. So we have to use a write statement. You will get it code completion. The moment when I type it WR, you will get it use tab button. WR tab button, it will print automatically. So my first ABAP demo program one. Okay, so you can put a dot over here. So right, that's it. SAP app starts with a keyword, ends with a dot or a period. You can say that. So this is a rule. Then later we'll do how to do chain operator and all. What I'm suggesting to that, use a pretty printer. So always here there is a pretty printer to align your code. So we can decide whether you want keywords in caps or lowercase or uppercase something, right? So alignment is very important. So save it. Your object got saved. So that's what a sequence was. Save it. Then check the syntax. If you click the syntax, no syntax error here. Then but before run your object sequence, check syntax, activate. Try to understand this. So many people, simply they'll say that in outside trainings or whatever, simply they'll say that activate and leave it. What is activate? When you activate, you remember in C, C++, Java, there is a compiler and interpreter. ABAP programs or interpreter, right? Whenever you activate, please focus here. There is a runtime object is activate object is generating here, right? That runtime object name is same name as your program name. No worries about that, but system will highlight it, activate it automatically. So this is what the moment when I start activating, you will get this window. Maybe sometimes it is down or below somewhere. If it is programs are too many huge programs, then you can't see that. No worries, you simply continue. But which object is generating? It's a report, REPS. See that local object, then transport, continue here because I saved in a local. That's it. My program is activated. After that, click next button immediately, F8 to see the output. See that. This is what a title. This is what a default one U line, one page number one. Then after that, you got your output in a list output. This we used to say as a list output here. Right, so I hope you understood. This is called as a list output in SAP. This portion, it's called as a list. Right, so we have so many topics. We're going to use reporting with the latest ALV, oops ALV, so slowly can learn. Once you are in a first initial screen, go back to here to editor code. So that's it. So this is what I want. So later, so right, your program is done, you came out. Then after that, if you wanted to wish to continue SC38, click on this. So your program is already created. You just click on this save button, change button, save and change, or directly change button. That's it, your editor is there. So next one here, click on display. You're unable to do something here, you are in display. Instead of coming here to display change every time, what you do that you just click on this display mode here, change mode here. Every time, no need to go back to the main screens and do some changes here. So it's a flexible, there is a change option here. That's a one thing here. So the next one here, there is a, I'm going to copy paste it this options, right? See that how we are going to work. So this I'll put it. So there is a 2, there is a 3. Right, save and activate, or if you're confident, directly you can activate. So right, you can activate, or I can check syntax, activate. It is already activated. What I'm saying that before you execute, you activate. When you activate, latest code will be saved in editor. You will get it latest one. That's it. I'm getting here in a line by line. So for example, I wanted to divide like this. So this one should be 1, 2 and 3. I don't want like the lines from the here. So 1, 2, 3 you're getting. So you wanted to split that, you can split it. So how to split it here? So we are going to use one command. Go back to editor. So simply can use, there is a new line operators. This is what a forward slash. You can use a new line operator here. Just activate here. So click on enter button. See that whenever you activate, the object is selecting automatically with your runtime object name only. You just continue, and that's it. My program is ready. Run this, then it is in a different line. The next one here, why you need three write statements. Can I do that? Yes, you can do that. So you can simplify with the one write statement. So before that, so I'll show you that how to comment it here. Let's go. So I'm going to play with these comments. So basics, look at. So so far we did this report name, that this all blue color keywords are run keywords, right? Blue color, save, activate, runtime object. We got it. The next, when you're moving, how do you comment it here? I said already the first word generally it is a statement or a keyword and ends with a dot. Except chain operator, I'll show you what exactly chain operator here. What is the benefit here when you use a chain operator? Let's copy. Right, I'm going to comment it control less than, or first we'll learn how to comment it. Control less than, greater than shortcuts, or you put first line asterisk, then whatever you write, it will not participate in activating, or your code is, gray mode, right? That is what you have commented. It's called as a dead code, or a code options are done. Then I can do like a first line only. If you put in the middle, it won't accept it. It should be first line of the first character. Right. So instead of, you can't do like go and put it every time individually like. There is a shortcut. There is a shortcut. You select all lines at a time by using like this. Control less than, control greater than symbol, angle brackets you can use to comment it here. So I'm typing CTRL plus less than, and a CTR L plus greater than, so you can use it to comment it and uncomment it. So that's very important for the basics today's class. This two you can play. Okay. Next, I wanted to comment it in the middle, because middle of line commands you can do that. Put a dot here like that. So put it. So don't do like this. You will get a see that it's getting red color because you have command should be in a double quotes here. That's all. There's a line comments and middle of line comments here. That's what here in my presentation I'm talking about. So we will give you that each and every presentation, so that that's important. Not only like practicals, we will show you that presentation line by line we are going to talk. So not like a normal simple ordinary trainings place. So we will give you that complete picture here. The next one here, so we have already given double quotes, successfully save and activate, and that's it. So what exactly the chain operator here? This will go, right? So what I'll do, Control C, Control paste it. So I wanted to work with here, there is a chain operator. In that case, I'll remove this right statements. So put it here, right? So put it here. Okay, so there is a comma separator here. Use comma separators. Putting comma is control. Just this is what a chain operator. Use a chain. What is chain? My similar right statement here and here. Instead of repeating too many right statements over here, I'm putting comma comma. The last line should be ends, a dot or a begin here. That's it. So this is what activate here. Activate, click enter button, run this, you will get the same output. But the story is what, so we wanted to take it back here. So you know that, go back here. You already learned here there is a new line operator. So click on this new line. So do that mistakes as a fresher, as a starting with your career. You put it here or here, then observe that. So go ahead, still it is in the same line. That's what the important before. What is that? Every line is printing with the right statement, correct? That's what right. Go to new line. Next loop, next comma, it is taking like this, right? Where should I write? Write with a new line. If you put it here, it won't work. That's what think logically here. Right. So click on run this. I hope you understood. These are the basics what we did today. Right. So yeah, I'll take a pause here. So do you have any questions, please? You can ask. So, right, just a second. All right. So something we start the versions like so here. So first for fundamental. So I thought to continue with the next slide. So look at that. So there is a currently we started, we are working on all this. So this is what a version. So let's go with this. There is a settings. Go to system status. Usually whenever you start that, which system you're going to work, right? So we learn some basics, and slowly you have to learn in depth. So for example, look at, there is a version, it is provided here. So right, I'll take that, controls. So currently in my system, my database is Oracle. So that's what here your backend database is Oracle. Then that operating system is running, my application operating system, everything is running on Linux. So right, if I go in depth, so here there is option called, you click it. So when I'm clicking this, double click on this. When I double click on this, I'll get it which kind of version I'm going to use. There is a 7.4, 7.5, ABAP and basics. These are the components should be similar. And then a support pack level 09 and something. There is not much changes, because application level, when you go with the real-time configuration, nothing to you have to worry about that. But in a training side, not much changes here, because all, see, I can say one story here. When you have an app in your mobile phone, so right, particularly every month, like they're sending some updates. When you click update, obviously some screens will change, some icons will change, some kind of enhancements are done with the version to version. So this is what 7.4 is a version we are using. And a product installation, you can go ahead here. You will get some, release versions and all. And more into this, if you go, this is a basis related stuff because we are not going to install it anything as an ABAPer. So right, then version wise, we will give you, and we will pull it that earlier. So at least I can specify something here. Right. So I'll talk about this versions. So previously, very long backstory, I'm saying that 4.7 EE. So there is Enterprise Edition. No more, we are not using that. Later, after that, they launched 5.0. Where I started my career is 4.7 double E. Lot of changes, I can say. Old debugging was there, right? Right. So there is a 7 point, very so small, I can say that 5.0 is not much in industry, right? Duration, then immediately they launched a 6 point ECC. ECC means ERP central component, EHP. There are some versions they are launching, right? So we will give you that if you require the difference between this and this or EHP to ECC. So we will provide. So latest I can say 7.5, 7.4, 7.5 onwards I can use it anything. And 7.4, 7.5, the moment when they launched, so you're going to write a new open SQL codes directly in ABAP. So we will talk about this in ABAP site because anyway we are going to start after ABAP training, right? So ABAP on HANA. So right, instead of writing new SQL syntaxes, OpenSQL, native SQL, there are two topics. Here itself you can start in ABAP. Okay, few examples will show you that. But anyway, we are going to enjoy this new SQLs in directly on HANA. A lot of changes if I talk about HANA and ABAP side. Latest one, HANA means we have our own database, HDB and all, right? HANA database and all, right? We'll discuss later then. All right. So we are working this one, right? So then you learn this. So basics and let's continue with the basics here again, right? So how many sessions per day? Sorry, per user you can access, right? So right now I have opened two sessions. You're able to see one and two, right? So if you are in, let's close the first only one session you treat here. In the one session, if you use one session, how do you open another session? There's a click new session, right? So then you can click, but instead of this we'll give you some commands. That's a good option. Right click on this backend, we can restrict, but ECC side they restricted. Basis team they restrict, default is 6 windows you can open maximum, see that. So maximum sessions are reached here, you'll click that, close it. Then let's go here, look at, there are 6 sessions open per user per login. Let's close this, let's close. Then is there any other alternate way? So that's nothing but a commands. So as an ABAPer, we're going to use the commands every time. So this is what a commands I'm going to teach now. So transaction code, we already opened SC38. A transaction code means like T code in the shortcuts, acronym to access, then sequence of step by step, screen by screen, whatever. Slash n slash o, slash n followed by any T code. Slash n means cancel transaction, o means other, o means a display overview and all. We'll discuss what exactly these commands first, right? If you are in a one session, you wanted to open another session, you put slash n, just slash n, see that it is gone old one, it is overwrite the current one, new window is opened, previous one is gone. Then if you open that SC38, enter again, so this is what my current window, I don't want to take it slash n, I wanted to be here, this window should be here only. Then you click slash o. Oh, right. It is asking O followed by other which T code you wanted to open. Really, if you want other window, you can click it. That's not a deal. Big deal. Okay. So now I should be in a one window. So slash O followed by same SC38 if you want, you can. This is what a T code slash o slash n followed by T code. Click on enter button. The new window is opened here. Look at the first previous window is as it is. Then the next window is opened here. So this is what a two windows. You can drag it and side by side if you wish. Then city time two editors you can't open in edit mode. So because one window is already open, this is what a locked. Currently it is editing, it is locked. So you can play like this, you can play like this. That's it. So one session, the next here. So for example, so I wanted to close this. We will learn one more T code slash O SE11. SE11 is a ABAP dictionary. We don't have access, we don't give access, nobody will give you access directly to the database. Currently which database is in my system? Click on continue with the status, open status here. When you continue, so look at there is a my database is Oracle. Look at that, very important to understand here. So let's go. Right, so this is what my Oracle database. So let's say I'll draw like picture is like a database. Okay, right. So take it like this. It's a database, right? It's a physical database, physical DB, I can say. Then this is a layer, so you can treat this is a layer. This is what application today. Whatever we wrote, this is what application. The moment when you user ID password, you logged in into application server. The application server physically connected to the backend on the database. But if you don't get any access, how can you see that the tables? Database means well designed tables. In SAP, we have a tables called customer, LFA1, vendor table, Mara table, VBAP sales order table, so and so. Right, purchase order table, we EKKO, something like that. No worries. At this, right, there's three are master tables. So these three are master tables in the database, or these are the transaction tables are started here. We'll talk about later in depth. So these are day one basics, day two basics, right? But I wanted to see what exactly the customer table, who is the customer, who is the vendor. Without seeing that customer tables, customer columns and fields, data, how can I write a program here? You can't write a program in the application editor, right? So that's the reason what they gave. It's a virtual, what they give here. It's a virtual connections are there. Virtual means this is ABAP dictionary is a virtual database. You open here your table, which one you wanted to access. One more thing only, the Oracle tables you cannot access in here because you are associated SAP associated the database is Oracle. Maybe in the next level it's a DB2 database, different database plugged in, right? It won't change any your application, your writing style, program style is same irrespective of any database. I can say irrespective of any database, your applications will remain same. That's what you're using R3. It's an open database, open system like open database like that. Okay, let's open this table. Why they have not given this? Only the basis team can access this. Basis team is nothing but your admin team in SAP, right? Installations, they'll take care servers and all. Right, so let's close this. I wanted to show you that there is a K1 is a table. You open because we will talk about later how to create our own tables and we will show you examples later. And at this moment, I wanted to open standard tables. You can't change it. You will get access key. Standard tables, you just open it in a display mode, right? Somebody modified something, then that's what a parallel partly activate, no issues about that. See that this is what a table in SAP table, right? So it opened like column wise, row wise, but actually it is like a table in the back end. It's a different anarchy, right? So click on this. There's a button. There is a button. This is called click content. Content means records. We wanted to see the data total. How many columns? 200 plus columns. 200 plus columns. Why I'm saying 200 plus, why not 232? Don't take it, this is also one column. This is a separate include. We'll discuss later about that. And these are the primary keys. So unique plus not null. Universal truth, what is primary key? A key is nothing but unique. Not null is nothing but, yeah, something should be there inside. The combination of primary key, unique key plus not null, here you just do the simple tick symbols. So when I'm clicking this, so your wish how many record you wanted to see. In our case, so there are some dummy records are there. There's a demo system, demo servers. You will have a data in this. You can see that backend some report is running to fetch it. You're able to see the data in application server. You're able to see the data in application server. So I will give you that more picture to understand as a fresher level. Very important here. But nobody, so many people they think like this is a database directly. It's a virtual. Let's go status. Let's go status here. So this is what from the Oracle. So right. So there is a data. You got it. So this is what Oracle. There is a K11 physically table is available in this. That records we are getting here. So, but I requested 1 to 100 records. Maybe here 10,000 records are there. You restricted, but backend ALV report is running. Right? We'll talk about later all this. In application server, when you execute, one report is going, hitting that, getting data and show that an application site, so that it is very comfortable to see your data and to run that, to create a programs with the help of that you can do. So we will play this how to filter these tables and all. We will show you that later. So this is what a general stuff, right? Just to aware about the transactions to do. Right, so this is what the filters maximum hits, because in real time case may have a millions of records. If the records are million, then you can't execute all at a time, right? So that's what the width and everything is done. Next here, something to open this what you, so how you did it. So look at, well, when I close this, so I wanted to close this. Right, so there is option slash O SC11. O means it opens separate window. That's it. My application should be same. My program is as it is, and one window is open. For example, you don't want to open separate window, then directly can put it here. So directly can put it here slash O SC11 here. Instead of O, you put it slash N. That's it. Then the previous one is gone, the latest one is open. That's the one. So we played with transaction codes with the commands. The next one here, how to log off. If you have too many sessions, how to log off. Then there are two commands we are going to use slash and end and so slash and ex exit. Okay, then that's it. So these two commands we are going to work. So for example, you have too many sessions you open, new sessions or something. You are working at a time all 3 4 sessions. Look at, there is a one option, you can go close it. Instead of that, I can use the commands slash n end. What is end? End. Enter. Then it will prompt that. So which one do you wanted to log off? It is asking because you may lose that data. That's what, click on yes. Then it is thinking that you already saved each and every application and you close it. Then let's go with exit. See that totally come out. So again I have to log in. Go to login here. So there is option here ABAP here. I'm going to log in with this. Default is English language. Then let's put it so too many session open plain or something. And then there is option here log off. You can also do that. Log off is nothing but slash end only. But you can use ex. It's a rare case we'll use exit. It won't ask any prompt. Data will lose. That's it. So that's what doubling on this login. You saw that the importance of the user ID, passwords, and login. So when I start with a login with the DE, DE is what? It's a German. With this user ID password, I'm able to log in with my own language, German, not own language. Like I can say different kind of language. Look at that. The meaning is gone. Go to SC38, you know the T code. See that. Is this create button? Is this change? Is it display? Everything is translated into German. You can see that current login languages and all. So that's what, just to understand that SAP was supports multi-language. So, but the default is in English. You can go ahead with the same thing. So, right, so I'm able to log in with the language English. Right, so now I'm able to read it. Maybe your question like this: who will remember the transaction codes every time? No need. But as in a good ABAPer, because every day you're going to use all this, then instead of remember, so there is a shortcuts and favorites to open that. Look at initial screen, any initial screen. So this you can do the favorites, because let's delete this. Right. I'll make it shortcuts. Look at this. One thing, if you don't have any transaction codes to you don't remember, then there is option. Look at, have you remember yesterday's concept? There is a logistics. You remember PCC diagram which I opened, MMSD, like this is what a front end application for them, as the MMPP, like FICO, accounting, HR is separate. Then the tools is related to ABAP. Let's open this tools. There is a workbench. You can expand this. There is a development here. In this development, you can see that there is a ABAP editor. You go and double click on this editor. You can see that without entering any T code, you're right here. Right click on this. There is option called go ahead with this create shortcuts or like add to favorite. Click on add to favorite. Then click right. So favorite means like here it is getting. Then right click on this add to favorite. So that's it. So you're able to see that very favorite T codes every day. Double click on this, so you're able to open that. So when I double click on this SC11, I can see that my SC11 transactions. So that's it. These are the options which I wanted to show that. So we have done with how to log off and end and exit. Then so we'll discuss package creation and all. Yeah. Before that, do you have any questions? Please welcome. The next one here, so to create a package. Okay, so what kind of package we wanted to create it? So look at that first. There are some stories required to continue this. So there is SC21 transaction code to create a package, or SC80 also can go ahead. So in editor also can do it in SC80. What is this? How to create? What is the reason? To create a package, again, SAP is something to start as Z and Y, your own package. So I gave a green here. So green means like, for example, you are at a development system, right? Something you wanted to develop and send it to the quality system, right? Let's say this is a quality assurance QA system, right? So this is a development server. So let's put it dev. Right. You wanted your all development separate physical servers. You wanted to move it your object from development to quality, then we'll do. There is a separate chapter I'll will work out how to release and how to do that. That I'll cover in a transports TR. Now I'm talking about how to create it. The importance custom object. What is custom object? Something which you start with a Z and Y. It's nothing but a custom object. Changes recorded in a workbench. Whatever you have done, the changes, that changes should be reflected into the next server, quality server. Then the next box, one more. There is a in a real-time case. That's what a PRT, like production server. You don't get access, but our objects will move to this production server. We'll talk about later. Beautiful concepts are waiting. Good concepts, we'll do it later. Right, so can be transport in a system. Very simple. Without changing, without creating package, So we can also, there is option, that's what my first example have done with a dollar TMP, right? TMP is what? A temporary TMP, temporary package. It's called as a local. What is local? See that I give the red color. The objects which you have done, you cannot transport that. What is transport? I cannot put my development object to, so this quality assurance server. So here this is only for local, only for, I can say, R&D purpose, right? Or like your own experiment purpose you did it, and it is no more used to the next server. That's what we don't do in generally real time case. Very rare case I can say, you don't do it, you don't do it. Always we do with this. You develop a report, you transport it into the quality, and again, if the client is approved and accessed, quality check is over, QA is passed, then we will move to this into the production. You have a C drive, a D drive, E drive, not like that. C drive, E drive, I can copy and paste it. What is this? It's a separate physical service, right? When you are moving like that, so you need, there is a transport. So that concept is SAP transportation or transport. You can see here we are working with the TRs. These all upcoming sessions, a day two session. So here it's too early to talk about all this. Transport, transports or TRs developments to move it here to here. One thing I can say that important kind of interview questions, like if I do something like dollar TMP, what will happen? You can see that local class changes not recorded, whatever you do that into the next level cannot be transported. That's your interview questions. We'll also highlight it in this during training time. So where exactly your questions, what kind of things, what are the changes with the latest ECC to HANA? All this we'll discuss about in this sessions also live. Right. Let's clear it all this. Right. Now I'm going to, I'll show you that create a package. Okay. To create a package is a simple normal language. To understand here, I'm creating a folder. When you create a folder, so when you create a folder, so inside you give some name, right? Let's say this is what my ABAP developments is my package. So double click on this. Inside, then you're going to create, there is a text. And then inside you're going to create, there is a like something. So some files you're going to create it. So that's called as an object. Okay. A package is nothing but a folder, and objects which you're going to create inside package, it's nothing but a files here. Just to get it as a fresher level, to understand the SAP world is new for them, new for you, to understand package is nothing but a folder. Your programs are nothing but files. Let's go. Let's go and do that. To create a package, I'll use, there is a T code called SC21 and SC80 also you can use, of course. Go to SC21 here. So start here TR, UP, July, August, September, pack something. That's it. You create your own. First, after Z and Y, you start your names. Shortcut like some 3 4 letters. You selected your names and start this. All right, so click on continue create. So when you create, it is asking that, so no need to put here. So I can see my ABAP development objects. There is a home is a package. So there is a home is a software component. Transport layer. So this is later we'll discuss all this. And a development class. Common interview questions. How many types of packages here? Development package, main package, structure package. We'll discuss later in depth. Just go ahead with the timing development package. A main package contains sub packages inside that. Structure package is a limit. So select this development package, and in a real-time case, the components, maybe if it is home, if it is not there, you will get it guidelines from your team and manager leads. So which component you're going to select it, what they exactly configured. invent transport layer also, they'll suggest. What is layer? Because there are hundreds of members are working, 10 members related to SD, 10 members MM, and depends upon systems and objects and model. They'll guide you which transport layer it comes under your project. Right, so click on continue here. What are the two things you gave? In training system, you just go ahead with the package you already selected. Only the description you entered in this. Simply continue with that. Look at that. Look at that. I can't save this in a local. Very interesting. It's a unique ID. It is suggested previously created unique ID, but I wanted to create every package you create a new TR. So let's say TR I'm creating here. So for example, this is SD, like a TR, like a, package something SD or MM. You decide. That's because we are guiding that real time how you're going to do that. So right, or you can give simple one, no issues. Then select this save. This is very important. So when I'm talking about, I'll discuss this. Right. Fine. So if I talk about this here, there is a like this. Okay. The first three letters are identified by system. Right here, identified by server or system. The key is a constant. There is a number. Let's say 3 plus 1 plus 6. So write total 10 digit unique number that is identified for your package. Unique. Unique. So all your SD developments, you put it all SD development as a task into this package. Like similarly, MM developments, you will get it. You will get a guidelines. You're going to receive some, document from your team where you're going to work in real time and which area you wanted to see. This is what a transport request number I created, TR. You don't create a TR for each and every object. You will create as a task. I'm not talking about this. I don't want to make you much confused at this initial stage. We'll discuss in depth. You're going to enjoy later that. So what you do, that's simple. So simple to understand this. Today's things, you just continue next upcoming sessions. I'll continue. Just save it that. That's it. My package is ready. Hardly within 5 minutes you can create your package. Creation package is not an not it is easy, but understanding is very important. Even I'm saying that in ABAP programs, everyone can create. Your Google brothers are there. If you type it in Google, you'll get a code. How good at how optimized code you're going to write it. How much time you spent in a debugging. Then good ABAP skill set it shows. Right, we'll discuss that later. Copy this quickly. I'll create one program. My package is ready. Go to SC38. Then, so for example, here we already done with the demo, right? Let's say program one. So I'm writing new program. Click create. Let's say short description program one. Then executable program. So click on save it. Then this time don't give local. Practice 1 2 days only local. Later, if you know that how to create, you watch this today's demo video. So day one video, in this video we already given everything, previous topic. So you know how to create package. That package you type it throughout your training session. All your objects should be placed into your own package. Click continue. So this time look at very careful here. My program is an object. Where should I save this object? The object should save it into my package. My package. That's what I don't want to create a new transport request number. If I continue, it will continue as a task. Activate. Right? So look at that, simply write statement. So my, let's say, first demo program one in ABAP something. That's it. Leave it. All this. Well, that's codes and all. Just enter. Run this. You're getting output. That's not any challenge. Let's go here in the main page. I'm in main SC38. If I if I go to attributes, if I click this display, I can see that who created, when created, what is my package, and which type of program I'm using. The short description, if you wish, you can change it anytime. So package is locked because tr is task is generated. You can change your object type, you can change your package programs. Slowly can learn all this. The code is run. Then no need to remember this. Where I'll get the my transport request number package and all. Look at that. There is utilities, a version, and a version management. Click on that. So you can see that this is what your transport request tr task numbers and all, who created, when created. That's it. I hope you understood everyone, right? Do you have any questions? You can come back. Yeah, one second. Let's close this. Right. So this is a way. What we are saying that in our training, every day it's live examples, and every day it's live code to connect with the real-time systems. Not like that. Not like a general trainings outside. We can't say that we will teach you later. Correlate whatever you're doing. That correlate, and at the end, like don't wind up and rush to continue. And this is that's what it's a real time oriented trainings. So, okay, please go ahead. Do you have any questions? So welcome. I've done the session today's one. Yeah. So please welcome any questions.